This is a second stimulus check and stimulus package update for Friday. I hope you're having a great week. This is LALATE. Thanks for tuning in. As always, like and subscribe to this channel and drop your comments below. And we may feature them in tomorrow's recording. And please hit that alarm button so you get updates as the second stimulus check package unfolds further. And we'll be getting to your incredible 18 comments on the second stimulus check from yesterday shortly. But first, the news. And it's really quite shocking news. I mean, I don't usually get shocked, and this was the case today. The words that shocked me came out of Mitch McConnell. There's only one person who could shock me like him. And the senator out of Kentucky, when he received the HEROES bill from the House, now over a week ago, written by Democrats, he said, no way, no how, it's going to die upon arrival. Well, that's clearly not the case. Mitch McConnell is now indicating that his group of Republicans may approve some parts of that original stimulus package that originated from the Democrats. However, it's these words today that really scared me. Mitch McConnell said this will be the final and last and no more stimulus package from this Congress for COVID-19 ever again. Can you imagine? Can you imagine? We are sitting here in late May, and we're coming up on June. We know there's a second wave of the pandemic coming this fall. Even President Trump has said it. We know the second wave of the pandemic will be ostensibly much worse. The CDC has warned of 250,000 new cases per day, 5,000 deaths per day, a much higher number than ever before. And there's Mitch McConnell, who's a millionaire, say, don't come to me again. Don't knock on my door because I'm never going to get any more money. Well, the virus is not going away, Mitch, and apparently you aren't either. Here's the problem. The plan we're dealing with now for the second stimulus check is supposed to be a stimulus package. It's supposed to stimulate economy. The problem is that this data and this amount of money was supposed to have been effectuated by members of Congress who don't do much of anything lately back in May or late April. If you recall, the original CARES Act was to pay you in the month of March, pay the month of March's money, $1,200 in the month of April, and pay you the month of April in the month of May, $1,200. It didn't do it. You never got that second stimulus check. You never got it because the eventual version of the CARES Act threw it out and only said you're going to get one check. Okay, so then the pandemic got worse. It wasn't this 1 week long pandemic. It went on for months, and everyone said, okay, where's the second stimulus check? Well, here we are, and we're starting June, and no one has still seen that April check, and we're not seeing the May check. So we're starting the month of June, and we're hoping that members of Congress are going to approve a second stimulus package and give you a check for the month of June and the month of July. Well, how about all those other months? That's the first problem. The bigger problem is that we're not stimulating anything. We're behind the eight ball. The second pandemic's coming, and these were the words from Mitch McConnell today. We're taking a look at the fourth and final bill. Final bill. You can anticipate the decision being made on whether to go forward in about a month. He's going to look at it next month. What are you doing this month, Mitch? Why can't you take care of it this month? And it will be narrowly crafted, designed to help where we are a month from now, not where we are 3 months ago. Well, that's very disconcerting, Mitch, because the way it works is just trying to stimulate the economy for the concerns that are apparent. The current apparent situation is that the U.S. has the second worst unemployment in the world. We're currently at approximately 25% unemployment, according to Steve Mnuchin. People are out of work. People have lost their jobs. And you still don't claim to know what the economic data is. There's something wrong with your deer in headlights approach to economic data. The problem is a second stimulus package needs to be approved. I mean, even Larry Kudlow, who is in the inner circle of Trump's White House, says that a second stimulus package needs to be done. But Mitch McConnell's entire vocal discourse lately has been, don't bring it to me, I don't want to hear about it. And now his version today was, I don't want to hear it, this will be the last time I hear about it. Well, House Speaker Nancy Pelosi had this response: we need a pause. Tell that to the virus. Is the virus taking a pause? Is hunger in America taking a pause? Absolutely well said. I mean, the problem is the second stimulus packages need to get approved ASAP. And to say you're never going to do another one again is ridiculous, because we don't know what's going on with the pandemic. Now, I'm not telling you to pass one now for the fall, but I'm also telling you, don't be alarmed that you have to do it. So why are you preempting America, saying that you're never going to do it again, Mitch? Now, here's another thing on the flip side of the coin that I don't understand. Mitch McConnell says that there's no way that the Republicans will ever approve a second stimulus package unless there's a provision that gives liability coverage for businesses and doctors. Let me explain what's going on. Republicans are concerned that when businesses reopen, that they would be exposed to lawsuits because they open their doors, people walk in and get COVID-19. He wants protection for those businesses. He wants business protection. Sounds like a good thing to me. So, on the other hand, he claims, Mitch McConnell, that Democrats absolutely don't want it. I don't understand why they would not want it. It doesn't make sense. If you watch, and I'll drop in the link above, our PUA video today, and we talked about it yesterday, Senator Portman talked about really one of the most interesting parts of the second stimulus package, which was the following. If you recall, the CARES Act, current law, gives you PUA benefits of $600 per week, and also unemployment benefits for UI from the federal government for the month of March to the month of July. $600. That expires in July. Okay, so what's going to happen after July? The HEROES bill from the Democrats wants to give you $600 into the January 2020. That is if you are still impacted because of COVID-19, unemployed or partially unemployed. Okay, so Senator Portman had this to say. He said, well, some people can get back to work, but a lot of data shows that people are making more money on unemployment than they did when they're employed, or that they will refuse to go back to work because they're making so much money on unemployment. Okay, well, there is that truth in some regards. On the other hand, there's truth that some people just don't have a job to go back to. So what Portman wants to propose is the following: $445 per week to pay you on top of going back to work. So if you have a job to go back to work, even if it's reduced capacity, even if you're making less money, even if you don't have as many customers, he wants to pay you $445 per week into 2021 on top of your existing salary. It's a great plan. A lot of viewers of this channel love the plan in the PUA video recorded today, but they also said this, which I agree 100% with them. What if you don't have a job? So Portman only works if you have a job. If you don't have a job, you get nothing from the federal government starting this July because CARES Act expires. So here comes Nancy Pelosi saying, hey, Portman's great, but not for people who are unemployed, and people may be unemployed come into July, which is only 30 days away from now, because unemployment numbers are still uncertain. It's that type of lack of communication or confusion that's at hand. Democrats think that unemployment will go sort of like this, that it's not going to go V-shaped. Republicans think it's going to go V-shaped. Larry Kudlow on CNBC said he thinks a lot of the employees are furloughed and they're coming right back to work. I just don't think so. Now, where is it between this, a straight up V, and that? We just really don't know. But it's disconcerting that no one in this group seems to get this second stimulus check and stimulus package idea all together. Here are the questions and comments. Robin Henson: I always like to share you on Facebook because I love the effort and help. More like mooning up, like gang, mooning up. Share. Yes, share us on Facebook. Kathy Timmel: should you do retroactive for 6 months to see through to September? Could pay rent and then? Yes, she wants 6 months of assistance. You know, the 6 months that was proposed before the HEROES bill was tied to unemployment rates. I mean, why would Mitch McConnell disapprove of that? If unemployment rates are still low, then pay people money because your unemployment rates are low. Kimberly Valentino: I love you, LA. Thank you so much for being our voice. Well, thank you, Kimberly. Annette Jackson: as usual, I'm loving your info. Keep it up, man. Keep it up. Well, thank you, Annette. Yvette Rivera: payments should arrive in early July. I think it should have arrived a month ago. I think they should have arrived in June. I think they should have arrived in May, but I agree with you, Yvette. Shannon Desiree, there's that plane again. There was no plane today. Did you hear that plane? I did not hear a plane in this recording. Nesta Camacho. So Cutler is basically saying that thousands of Hertz workers that got laid off because of bankruptcy will get their jobs back. Is Cutler living on another dimensional reality? Absolutely well said. So what Nesta Camacho is basically saying, hey, Portman works, so people going back to work, but some people will not go back to work. And it's true that Larry Kudlow is just assuming that this is a upward V, that everyone is furloughed and coming right back to work. It's just not true. Miguel the Bronx. Great info as always. Well, thank you, Miguel. Ooh, there's lots of questions here. My goodness. Ruby Jelly on Me. What a great screen name. We need a monthly plan, more than a month, $1,200 for like 2 to 3 months, to check it up when it's going. Tim Rice, anything on the Senate's anything out of the Senate and White House will only benefit big business. Well said. With this SBA debacle, if many of these businesses can't come back and their employees are lost, jobs are gone. Jobs won't exist anymore. We need new businesses to pop up. We can't get the help of lenders like the SBA in any timely fashion. Well said. I mean, there is just a hot mess of what's going on here. What do you think? So far among the comments in the last week, and I thank you for staying with us on a daily basis, the second stimulus check, please do. This changes on a daily basis. Everything is sort of fluid. I need to pipe into all the sentiments and excerpts of what the senators are saying on a daily basis for you, so you know where it's changing and where it's moving. It's not beneficial for me to give you broad strokes and say, okay, here's the hero's plan. Here's the hero's bill from 3 weeks ago. Well, that was 3 weeks ago. What is the mood today? What are people saying right this moment? And, it might change by tomorrow, but that's why you have to stay with us on a regular basis. Drop your comments below by 2 p.m. Pacific Standard Time Saturday, and we may feature that in tomorrow's recording. As always, stay of LA for more.